everyone, it is Jazz here. So I thought I should do at least one Halloween themed video. Today I'm going to be doing the Halloween song book tag, and I believe this was created by a beautiful chaos of books, so we will link you to the original video below in the description. I did try to keep all my choices sort of in the creepifying horror thriller mood for this, because why not add the additional challenge? Number one, Thriller, is a book that was an absolute page turner. Have to go with one of my fave books of 2020 so far, and that is Dr. Sleep, aka the sequel to The Shining by Stephen King. I flipping loved this book. I would always be like, one more chapter, one more chapter, one more chapter, and thus Dr. Sleep did not help me sleep. Number two, Somebody's Watching Me, a book that gave you the serious creeps. It's not actually the entire book of 20th Century Ghosts, because this is a collection of short stories by Joe Hill, but there is one particular short story, I believe it is You Will Hear the Locusts Sing. I have this real creep out moment about humans turning into bugs. Things like the fly and stuff just give me the wiggins. Not this entire book creeped me out, even though the stories are quite creepy, but that particular story really gave me the wiggins. Number three is Vampire, a book you hated so much it was soul sucking, i.e. incredibly tedious to get through. Y'all know that my most hated book of all time is Slice of Cherry by Dia Reeves. If every copy was burned, I would dance on the ashes. Just senseless violence and grotesqueness for the sake of it. That's the main thing that I don't like about it. But I just don't think it's particularly well structured or well written. However, I wouldn't say that Slice of Cherry is tedious per se. So I decided to pick a book that actually was very tedious to get through and go with I, Ripper by Stephen Hunter. I keep meaning to unhaul this book because what a freaking slog this book was. And it's an epistolary, which those books are always very hit or miss with me, and this one was a miss, so that didn't help. On top of that, the slog wasn't even worth it because the end was just so dumb to me. I can't even be nice. Maybe somebody else liked it, but I just thought it was completely ridiculous. The author somehow decided that we were going to connect Jack the Ripper to the play Pygmalion. No. I Put a Spell on You is the next prompt. A book that features witchcraft or magic. The Magicians by Lev Grossman. While I'm not much for books about magic schools, I do like this book because I like the world building and I do like how flawed the characters are and finding out what wacko-ness they're gonna do. And I do like the little references to Chronicles of Narnia and other sorts of fantasy, because I find those quite clever. Still need to read the other two books in the series, so at some point I'm probably going to have to reread this. Still haven't finished the last season of the TV show either. I just need to get on and finishing all the magician stuff. Number five, This Is Halloween. Your favorite treat or snack to eat while reading. I probably eat something dry, like veggie straws or popcorn or nuts while I'm reading. So those are kind of boring things, but if you're asking my favorite Halloween candy type thing, I do like a good Sour Patch Kid. Number six, Time Warp, or Let's Do the Time Warp Again. What book do you like to return to at this time of the year? First one is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. It's not too creepy, but it's a little unsettling because it's a psychological sort of book with a suspected haunting element. And it's just the perfect rainy day fall read. However, this year I am rereading a book, and I do think it's very fall appropriate. It's not creepy, but it is fall appropriate, and that is Lord of the Rings. And I think it's fall appropriate because it starts in the fall. Because Frodo and Bilbo's birthday is literally on the first day of autumn. So thus I think it's an appropriate fall time read. Number 7 is Hungry Like the Wolf. Book you love so much you devoured it. Just see Dr. Sleep again. 8, The Addams Family. A book featuring a dysfunctional family. For some reason, maybe it's just because I didn't read it that long ago, but the only book that I could think of for this is Gone Girl. But I honestly think that it's a fitting thing. So I'm going to go with Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl for this. Though I'm sure I've read a ton of other books that have dysfunctional families, but this is all I got. Number 9, Scary Monsters and Super Creeps. A book genre that you are scared or intimidated to pick up. I wouldn't say that I'm scared or intimidated to pick up any particular genre. I would say that maybe like serious romance books or, you know, steamy type books are not really my thing, but I'm not scared or intimidated by them. Number 10, The Twilight Zone, a book with a completely different and unique premise. Really had to think about this because I don't really think any premise is like super new, if you know what I mean. There's all sorts of different things, but I thought maybe I'd go with the Sandman graphic novel series by Neil Gaiman. I think this series really does blend in a lot of horror elements while still being fantastical and having just so many different genres kind of thrown into it, and it makes it really different. Also, the premise is quite different because it is dealing with the physical embodiment of dream. It does get super creepy quite often, so I thought it was a good fitting choice. And also I did dress up as Delirium from this series one year, so I thought Sandman was a fitting choice. And at some point I will be listening to the full cast audio book adaptation of this, but also I'm sort of creeped out by it because is some creepy stuff in there, so I'm wondering how unsettling the audiobook gets. Let me know in the comments if you've listened to it. I actually have a bonus question for this tag because I noticed that the classic The Monster Mash was not on this tag, and I felt bereft. Like, I felt like The Monster Mash should get its moment in the spotlight. So my bonus question is to pick a book that involves more than one supernatural creature. Now, I'm going to say the Parasol Protectorate series because there are vampires and werewolves and preternaturals and all sorts of stuff. It's got that Victorian vibe because it is sort of steampunky. I would like you guys to answer my bonus question below. So what is your favorite book that has multiple creatures of the night in it? They don't actually have to be creatures of the night. They can be any type of creature. Let me know below. And that is it for the tag, my fabulous peeps. Happy Halloween. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all soon.